time for our second video in the Fair Foul series, or whatever we're doing, whatever you want to call it, the Fair Fouls. This one is brought to you by NASCAR. So Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin got into a little swicky, you know what I'm saying? A little bang right there at the a severely delayed Coca-Cola 600 this past weekend at Charlotte. Let's get right into the footage and then we'll talk about it. All right, so in all fairness, let's let this whole thing play out first. And then we'll kind of slow it down and take a peek at it here. So there you go. You got, oh, it's got the arrows kind of confusing, but obviously you got Hamlin on the inside there and then Chase on the outside. And kabooming. There you go. Okay, so just to kind of, let's slow it down just to make sure we get a full spectrum of this thing. Hamlin's going to come up and leave kind of bumps him into the wall there. He left room, but made contact and causes him to careen into the wall a little bit there. And Chase probably not happy about that. And then right there, that's where things go south for everybody involved. And then kaboom, and let's see how hard this hit is. Pretty good. Pretty good. Everybody's dodging, dipping, ducking, dodging. All right, there you go. So comparisons have already been made from that to the Bubba Wallace versus Kyle Larson right hook. Chase Elliott right hook, Denny Hamlin. Let's be clear on all of that. And I know I've said before that right hooks are unacceptable. The thing about putting that kind of stuff into a box in racing, I think it's very difficult to do that, and I shouldn't have done it either. I'm not saying this right hook was acceptable, but if you say all right hooks are unacceptable, then that takes all right hooks off the table. So if two cars are right beside the wall and a guy just right hooks him slightly, not goes down the track and right hooks the guy and hits him into the wall, you take that right hook off the table as well, and that right hook is not a huge deal. It's kind of like what Kyle Larson did last week to Ross Chastain, not last week. Whenever he did that to Ross Chastain, because Chastain came up and Larson didn't lift. That's a right hook. But it was not a high-speed right hook. It's not like he went careened down the track, sent him up the track, head on into the wall. But it's still a right hook. So if you take right hooks off the table, all right hooks are off the table, and it's unacceptable, and it's a one-race penalty. I think we can all agree that there is a little bit of difference between this right hook and Bubba's right hook that Denny is crying about. I don't think you can put all NASCAR crashes into the same box. This is a right hook at high speeds, but it's not like what Bubba's was, where Bubba was doing 165 miles an hour, and so was Kyle Larson, and he went down the track and right hooked him at the bottom of the track and sent him up the track head first. Was it head first? Into the wall with a car that has safety problems. This isn't much better than that, right? So Chase definitely, I would say, committed a foul here. He committed a foul by right hooking him in that situation. But to draw the comparison between those two right hooks is absolutely asinine. Asinine? Is that the right word? Somebody correct me if I didn't use that right, but I think I did. Now, Denny also commits a foul by using up Chase. And here's something that I think you'll be surprised to hear, or maybe not, I'm not real sure. No, but I think, I'm not saying I'm gonna say nobody likes Denny Hamlin, but I think people are growing very tired of Denny Hamlin, and the only person that can't get the hint is Dale Earnhardt Jr. He gets this podcast and you hear his opinion every week, and it's basically just a place for Denny to go to defend his actions and complain, right? Like, just complain. And I think the crowd is just, obviously they are at the All-Star race. You heard them booing Denny. I think people have grown very tired of Denny Hamlin. And I don't think that's being said enough. I still like Denny, but Denny does things that are kind of rules for thee, but not for me. So I think you have to factor that into this altercation as well, because he used up Chase, and if it was somebody else, would he have did something different? Maybe, maybe not. We'll never know. But I don't think we can just walk away from this thinking that the fact that it was Denny Hamlin involved, I just think it would be maybe there'd be some different things if it wasn't Denny. Or maybe in that heat of the moment, you're not thinking, and boom. I don't know. But I can tell you both of those things, Denny using up Chase, that's a foul. And I can tell you that Chase right hooking Denny is also a foul. But I also think that we probably need to be careful during this series about putting things in boxes and saying you never should do this. Because if you constantly are getting used up like that, and cars are constantly running you up the track into the wall, at some point you have to right hook somebody to let them know you're not gonna take that crap anymore. You know what I mean? There you go. What do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. I look forward to reading them. And I hope the series is going well. Last video, I definitely saw some opinions that I wasn't expecting, so I'm excited to see some of your opinions in this one as well. I love each and every single one of you, but now I do have to go. Bye.